I never imagined humiliation could arrive wearing laughter and music inside the house I worked so hard to build. Our party was supposed to celebrate a promotion, friends everywhere, glasses clinking, lights warm. I stood near the kitchen island, smiling automatically, when my wife Marissa climbed onto a chair, eyes blazing, voice sharp enough to cut glass. Everyone turned, and the room tightened with anticipation before anything actually happened. I felt exposed already without knowing why yet at all there. Marissa laughed once, too loud, then shouted, "Yes, we are sleeping together," like a punchline nobody asked for. She pointed across the room at Callum, a colleague I barely knew. Silence swallowed the music. Someone dropped a glass. My ears rang. I remember thinking this must be a joke, some reckless attempt at attention, because the alternative felt impossible. Faces blurred as heat crawled up my neck and into my jaw. I tasted copper and counted breaths, waiting for reality to correct itself. It never did that night at all. I am Rowan, 43, a structural engineer who believes in planning and quiet effort. Marissa and I had been married 11 years. I paid the mortgage, fixed leaks, hosted holidays, listened. I thought loyalty was invisible armor. Watching her grin, drunk on shock, I understood how naive that belief was. Callum stared at the floor, then nodded, confirming everything without a single word. Our friends avoided my eyes, suddenly experts in looking busy. I felt myself detach, cataloging details like evidence because emotion was too dangerous. Marissa kept talking, explaining, justifying, daring anyone to challenge her. The room smelled like perfume and betrayal combined. I stayed still and silent. She said it had been months, said it was harmless, said I was distant. I nodded, absorbing lies without correcting them. I thanked guests, ended the party early, cleaned broken glass. Marissa passed out upstairs. At dawn I sat alone, realizing betrayal is loud first, then administrative. I opened accounts, copied documents, photographed messages she forgot to delete. There was no shouting, no smashing plates, only procedure replacing love. I slept briefly, showered, dressed, and left a note stating we would speak through lawyers. By noon my phone exploded with apologies, anger, confusion, and threats. I responded once, calmly, acknowledging receipt, nothing more. Control returned slowly, breath by breath, as dignity followed behind me quietly, without witnesses or speeches today for myself. Marissa moved in with a friend. Callum vanished. Our circle chose sides quietly. I chose forward. Nights were empty, but honest. I cooked simple meals, ran longer routes, slept deeply. Shame faded into resolve. When mediation started, facts mattered more than feelings. Her story shifted hourly. Mine stayed still, anchored by timestamps and receipts. People asked how I was holding up, expecting rage or collapse. I told them the truth. That clarity can hurt less than confusion. At work, I rebuilt bridges, literal ones, trusting math over memory. Marissa emailed late apologies, then demands, then nostalgia, testing boundaries. I did not respond, honoring the rules she announced publicly. Silence protected me better than promises ever before that night alone. Months later, the house felt like mine again. I replaced photographs, repainted walls, hosted smaller dinners. Friends apologized for not intervening. I forgave them. The truth is humiliation teaches efficiency. It strips fantasy. What remains is choice. I did not leave love. Love left first, loudly, in front of witnesses, then begged for privacy. At the settlement table, numbers replaced voices and fairness replaced drama. I signed calmly, stood, shook hands, and walked out lighter. Marissa avoided my gaze, finally understanding boundaries are real. Later, rumors said she regretted everything, wanted closure, wanted explanations. I declined politely, wishing her well from a distance. Respect returns when you stop negotiating it. I rebuilt routines, values, friendships, and my sense of self. The night no longer defines me. My choices do that, moving forward every single day without apology or bitterness remaining. I tell this not for sympathy, but for men swallowing quiet shame. Betrayal thrives in secrecy and noise. Dignity grows in clarity and action. If someone sets rules that erase you, accept them completely. Build a life that requires no audience. The loudest moment of my marriage ended it. The quiet one saved me. I learned strength does not shout, it organizes. It listens once, decides once, then moves forward. Public betrayal demands private discipline to survive intact. Choose yourself calmly, without speeches or scorched earth. Let consequences speak, not your wounded pride. That is how I found peace. Not by winning, but by leaving with myself intact and unashamed after the noise finally ended inside my head for good. Today, the memory still stings, but it no longer defines my worth. I host quieter gatherings now. Laughter feels earned. Trust grows slowly, carefully. If you recognize this story, know you are not weak for wanting closeness. You are strong for choosing dignity when spectacle tries to steal it. My life expanded after that night, not shrank. I sleep well, wake early, and answer only to myself. The past is a lesson, not a sentence. Marissa chose her moment. I chose my future. Both decisions were public. Only one was lasting. If this reaches you, take what helps. Leave the rest behind without guilt. You owe yourself peace after chaos and clarity after lies always, every time from now on. At our own house party, my marriage ended loudly, but my life began quietly the next morning. That contrast saved me. Remember it when noise tempts you to explain. Walk away whole. Let your calm be the answer. I am still building, still choosing, still breathing freely. The house stands. So do I. Nothing she shouted can erase that truth. I survived spectacle and chose substance instead. This is the ending I keep. No applause required. No witnesses needed. Just resolve, carried forward daily with patience and self-respect earned the hard way after betrayal ended everything I stood alone.